What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kinetic615 back for the next episode in this Michigan Wolverines Slow Sim Dynasty. We are in the beginning of year 5. Wait, is it year 5? Hold on. Maybe year 6. Actually, I think this might be year 6. Why is math being difficult for me right now? We had 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That was year 5. This is year 6. Year 6, 2030. Off of the heels of our national championship win and 16-0 season of 2029, Coach Connor Stallions has returned. We will take a look back real quick at where we're at, coaching staff-wise, roster. Take a look at our new recruiting board, our schedule, get a sort of a preview of the season, and then we'll jump into our first game of the season. Now, as you can see, we are in week 3. The way that the schedule worked out, because I took off the FCS team that I had, I did not have our first game until week 3, but we're going to go ahead and forego any bye weeks mid-season and just got them out of the way early. So we start the season off with home games against UConn, Florida, Texas A&M, Minnesota, Northwestern, then we go on the road to Indiana, then back home against Oregon, USC, Michigan State, and then we end the season with a 3-game road swing at Washington, at Illinois, and at Ohio State. So we are starting off in week 3 against the UConn Huskies. Our current coaching staff, we've got Connor Stallions, who is now a CEO head coach. We only have one talent here so far. It's lasting impression. We've got some program builder talents with strong roots and relationship builder. And then we've got all of the talent developer ones except for kicker punter. 3 of 4 motivator except for kicker punter, and 3 of 4 in recruiter except for kicker punter. Although I eventually will get the tier 1 for kicker there. And then our coaching staff, our offensive coordinator is Hector Luna, former head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. And then defensive coordinator is Randy Bates, formerly of the Pitt Panthers. Alright, so as we were saying with the previous seasons, so in 2025, we went 9-3 and got a win in the Music City Bowl. 2026, we went 9-3 again, but this time we lost in the ReliaQuest Bowl. 2027, we missed the Big Ten championship, but did get into the playoffs with a 10-2 record, and then went on a run against winning against Texas A&M, USC, Georgia, and Alabama to win our first national championship of this series, the 13th in school history, and the first for Coach Connor Stallions. In 2028, in 2027, that was also Bryce Underwood's final season in college. In 2028, we came back and we went back to the national championship. This time we were able to get a Big Ten a Big Ten championship. And then we had wins in the Rose Bowl and the Peach Bowl, but we did get bounced in the Natty by the Georgia Bulldogs. Come back to 2029, and we were able to secure a 16-0 undefeated season, Big Ten championship, Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and national championship to rival the 15-0 season, undefeated season in 2023, right? And now we're back in 2030. We do have a contract. We're in year 2 of a 6-year contract. Our goal is to make the playoffs. Obviously, in the first year of this contract, we won the national championship, so we're good as far as job security goes. Let's take a look at our roster. Now, if you've been following along all of last season and the season before, so we lost a ton of talent before last season, and came into the season with only 75 players on scholarship on the team. Somehow we won the national championship with only 75 players, a very top-heavy roster that lacked a lot of depth. this year we're in much the same boat, although we are rebuilding that depth, but we lost the top end of our talent that was left over from the championship season previously. We lost a lot of players to the draft and graduation. A few to the portal, but not too many to the portal. It was mostly graduation and draft. So we, again, I think we have 79 players on the team this time, so still under that 85 threshold. And one of the notable things is that our wide receiver room was sorely depleted. We had like 5 wide receivers get drafted, 1 transferred out, so we only had 1 receiver on the roster going into the transfer portal, and we only had room to bring in 2 through the transfer portal. So we've got 3 wide receivers that have experience, and then true freshmen. So we are going to be playing quite a few true freshmen this year, mostly in rotational roles, but we just don't have the depth. We're building that back up. So our starting quarterback this year is going to be David Chosen, who has returned for his redshirt senior season, the quarterback that won us the national championship last season. Behind him, Quincy Merritt also returned. And then Bryce Stuber, who is a redshirt freshman now. We do have 2 other quarterbacks on roster who are currently taking a redshirt season, and that's going to be DeMarcus Ezekiel and Malik Doss. Malik Doss obviously is going to be the quarterback of the future, assuming he doesn't transfer out. I expect him to probably push Quincy Merritt next season for a starting job, but probably be the starter 2 years from now. Assuming he doesn't transfer out, of course. Starting running back, we've got returning Steve Hayes, the Doak Walker winner from last season. Next to him, we've also got Dakota Francis, who has returned. Terrell Carrion was a senior, so he graduated out. We do have Stan Stewart, who is a redshirt sophomore now, who returned. And then we've got 2 true freshmen, Garrison Rabin and Leah Zugwu. So we are pretty thin at the running back room as well. Fullback, we got Kevin Trout, Dakota Francis, Demarius Lynch. I am trying something else here. I'm gonna, instead of moving Temple to fullback, I want to keep him at tight end but play him at fullback. I want to see how that differs from somebody like Kevin Trout, for example, who's been a fullback since freshman year, season, and see how it plays out. But we'll see. A tight end and wide receiver, we're very, very thin at these skill positions on offense. So on wide receiver room is completely new room. Rashard Suggs is the only one that's back from last season. He was a true freshman who took a red shirt, and he's going to be our wide receiver 1. He's also going to be our slot receiver, kind of filling the same role that Dante Ahmad filled. And then 2 of the guys that we brought in through the transfer portal, Manu McCracken and James Franco, will be the other wide receivers in that room. We also have a trio of true freshmen here, Cooper Kaxer, DeAndre Merling, and Dion Tobin. At tight end, we've got Giovanni Wolf, a redshirt senior, a redshirt freshman, Demarius Lynch, and that's really it. We've got 2 other tight ends who are taking redshirt years, so we're going to have Kevin Trout listed at, going to be playing a little bit of H-back, tight end, fullback hybrid. On the offensive line, at left tackle, we're starting redshirt sophomore Mario Nunez, and we also have the transfer in Jamie Pettis, a redshirt freshman. At left guard, we got redshirt sophomore Mike Dahl. Robert Kafka is going to be the first guard off of the bench on either side, right or left. At center, we've got Lawrence Kalawaiaya, who actually the expected starter was going to be Arsenio Cavazos, but Lawrence Kalawaiaya, he made a huge jump from last year and took the starting position pretty forcefully. Right guard starter is going to be Mike Wolf, a redshirt senior. Right tackle will be Dwayne Nestor, a redshirt sophomore. along with Keelan Doozable. On the defensive line, we've got Ramon Corliss returning at left edge. Behind him will be Zach O'Toole and Billy Ogburn. At right edge, we've got Nick Soles returning. Behind him, we've got true freshman Curtis Moffitt, a 5-star elite dev trait player, and then behind them as well as Warren Gizzy. Defensive tackle Melo LaRoque, Steve Moang. Moang has moved interior. He put on quite a bit of weight and muscle. You see him at 276, and he's playing that sort of 3-tech rush defensive tackle. Melo LaRoque will be our middle of the line nose tackles type of player. D'Angelo Regis will be the starter at Sam linebacker. Mike linebacker, we got Fanau Theus and Raphael Neely. Will linebacker, we've got Terrell Pilgrim, who converted from safety, if some of you remember. 234 pounds, 5'11". I felt comfortable moving him to linebacker. Cornerback room. This is another one where we lost all but one starter. So we brought it. So Evan Ekiyor is the one returning player from last year's squad. He's going to be cornerback 1. Avery Lucian, a highly touted transfer portal player. Avery Lucian is going to be corner 2. Alex Lambo, a redshirt freshman, is going to be the first off the bench. Conan Nguyen and Terrence Blizzard will also be in that rotation. At safety, we've got Ron Reese and Avery Rugamba. At strong safety, Duke Carden and Tim Guy. Kicker, we've moved Caleb Berryman from punter to kicker for this season. At punter, filling in now will be Tim Price. Our primary kick returners will be Dakota Francis and Rashard Suggs. Primary punt returners will be Rashard Suggs and Dakota Francis. Long snapper will be Mike Dahl. Our third down back will be Steve Hayes. Our power back, Dakota Francis. Slot receivers will be Rashard Suggs and the true freshman players, Cooper Kaxer and DeAndre Merling. Although, I wonder... You know what? Let's play Hayes in the slot a little bit here. Just because he's got the awareness. That'll get Francis more play. Rush left edge, we got Billy Ogburn, and then linebacker Levi Douglas will play up on the line a little bit, along with Warren Gizzy. On the right side, we got Nick Soles, Raphael Neely, and Fanau Theus. In fact, actually, I need to change that just a little bit too. 1 second here. I had taken a note down. Let's do Douglas at third spot. Let's put Theus at number 2 with Douglas in the third spot on both sides. Then our interior rush line will be Steve Moang and Ramon Corliss, along with Melo LaRoque. Sub linebacker, you'll see Avery Rugamba and Duke Carden coming down and playing in the box. Nickel corner will be Ron Reese, Avery Lucian, and Conan Nguyen. Nose tackle, Melo LaRoque. And our gadget quarterback will be Steve Hayes. Alright, so let's look at our recruiting board. We don't have any instant recruits this season. I did, sort of run the board the past few weeks to get us to week 3. So right now we've got Rico Prater, a 5-star corner who we scheduled a visit with last week. We can add the 10 back on for him. We know his pitch. Jason Amerson, we're in first place, top 5. We scheduled a visit last week. We know his pitch. We can add the 10 back on here. Emmanuel Pryor, we are trying to catch up to Georgia. We've got a visit scheduled, but we missed on his pitch. So I'm assuming it's going to be football influencer. We got to try to make up some ground here. Felix Payne, we're in first place, top 5 with a visit on week 4. We know his pitch is going to be primetime player, so let's flip that to a hard sell. Jalen Stringer, we've got a lead in first place at top 5. We've got a visit in week 4. We know his pitch is going to be Sunday player, so let's flip that to a hard sell. Trevor Atwood has cut to top 5, so let's take off, send the house, and we'll schedule a visit. Let's see, I think this is an offensive week 2. I need to remember. I know I have a running back both of those weeks, and so that's what makes it a little bit confusing. Alright, so a guard and a halfback. Gotcha. Alright. So we'll go week 5. Proximity to home. We know playing time and brand exposure. We'll go brand exposure. And then we'll soft sell Star Surge to add the 15 back on. Marvin Incoom, we've got a small lead over Florida, Miami, and Nebraska. Let's take off, send the house. We'll schedule a visit for A&M week. We know pro potential. We know his pitch. We've got 10, so we'll put 10 back on. Walt Luck, we've got a pretty decent lead over Oregon. Let's take off, send the house. We'll schedule a visit. We'll go Minnesota. Coach Prestige. We know his pitch is going to be house call. We'll add the 15 back on top of the soft sell. Pat Leary, we've got a small lead. Let's schedule a visit for Northwestern. We know championship contender. We know his pitch. So let's go championship contender. And then we'll soft sell primetime player. Taylor Gooden. Alright, we're in top 5. We know his pitch is going to be aspirational goals. Alright, Deontay Cross, we've got a small lead over Illinois. We've got a visit this week. He's on campus for the UConn game. Let's flip his pitch to a hard sell. Add the 10 back on top. Charles Easter, cut to top 5. Let's schedule a visit. This will cost 25. We know playing style, we know all of them. So let's go with pro potential. And then we'll soft sell gamer. Bobby Bruce, we've got a pretty sizable lead over the next couple teams. We know his pitch now is going to be football influencer. So let's flip that to a hard sell. And then put the 10 back on top. Jalil Cookus, same deal. He's on campus this week. Let's flip this to a hard sell. See if we can close him out rather quickly with primetime player. Ty Cisse, we've got a small lead. He's on campus in 2 weeks. Let's flip this to the hard sell. Add the 10 on top. Spencer Kendricks, we've moving up into number 2 on his board, trying to catch up to Clemson. Nothing more to do there. Clay Galladay, take off, send the house. We'll schedule a visit for 20. We'll go week 6 to avoid the competitive visit. No, actually, you know what? Let's stick to the formula. Those two will cancel each other out, and maybe we'll get a third one that'll, or a fourth one that'll offset it. Alright, so that costs 20. So we know playing style and coach prestige. Alright, so we'll soft sell that with 10 on top. And then we'll add this 5 here. Now, is there anyone we need to bail on? Ooh, we can't add that. We need to put 5 onto Sanders. Any of these we need to bail on. Probably Keenan. to remember that I need to replace a DT, I'm gonna just move him to the bottom. We really need to get in on Aikman soon if we're gonna... Let's move him up. But there's nothing really we can do there yet. We are falling behind on Ugwogbu. We can take the 5 off of Sanders here. Nothing else to do here. We've got the 10. Can we take... I'm going to risk taking 5 off of Wade so that I can schedule a visit with Aikman for the Northwestern game. We'll go playing time and hopefully we'll be able to jump in there. Alright, let's get into the game. As always, we are using my custom playbooks. They're not glitch or cheese. They are legitimate schemes. They are both available for download if you want to look them up. Skull Blue and D-Skull Blue. Just my preferred playstyles. The defense is kind of my version of the Amoeba defense. The offense is just my personal preferred playstyle. And it's become a little bit of a tradition for me to start first game of the year with these uniforms. Let's go. Do they have an all white? I don't want them wearing navy when we wear navy. Go with that. Alright, let's get into it.
One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team
and it's amazing.
Ranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the Yukon Huskies taking on last year's national champions, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
Alright, let's set it to slow. Alright, I will do some commentary, but I actually need to step away for just a minute, so I'll be right back.
Opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. Fielded in the end zone. It's Francis. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Michigan's offense will go to work first.
Oh, you know what? I actually forgot I wanted to do something. I wanted to I'm gonna do it. It's on stream. I'm gonna back out of this game. I forgot to set the formation subs. No, never mind. Because it's a custom book, it's gonna take a lot to do that. So I'll wait. I'll do it offline. I need to set the formation subs so that Dakota Francis is put in as the primary back for I-form. Hold on, do I have this written down? I think I actually do. No, I don't. Okay, I'll need to do this off camera or off air. What I'm gonna do going forward after this game is the single back, goal line, and I-form formations. Dakota Francis will be the primary back, and Hayes will be the back for all gun formations.
Stumbled to the ground. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep
Maybe I won't do that. I don't know. We'll see.
They'll try to pick up the first.
Quick pass out of the backfield to Hayes, caught for a first down.
He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him
Francis
out of
under
bounds
center.
at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. Using his legs, it's Hayes. Makes his man miss.
There we go. Nice stiff arm to break the tackle, and he's free up the sideline. Nobody's catching him. Steve Hayes with the long touchdown run.
He found open space. The band might as well start playing.
Yeah, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And Michigan, just like that, takes a 7-0 lead.
Just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So UConn's offense will have its first possession of the game. We'll keep a close eye on the play calling and just how diligent they are in getting the tight end involved, Jesse. It just didn't work last week.
Yeah, there's no question that this coaching staff, they know the offense basically goes as their big tight end goes. And that's
Play action doesn't fool him. Billy Ogburn on the sack.
The sack at the 20.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Good, solid pick.
Jeff Van Ohoffen
got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
is their quarterback. That's interesting.
He'll do it himself. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air on 2nd down. And he got smacked.
Uh-oh, we've got an injury. Steve Moen.
It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UConn will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position.
See, like right here, that I want Dakota Francis in for these plays.
Power football with the run. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down play from the gun. Caught in the backfield, it's Hayes. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to
Quick RPO pass to the left side, caught, first
But
down.
he has enough to move the chains. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10.
Francis under center, Hayes the tailback. 4 receiver set. Hands it to Hayes. Hayes running up the middle.
And he finds some
Nice
solid
gain of 8.
space. Makes a nice gain before the defense is able
High
to stop
formation.
it. The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
And Hayes with the false start? What is that?
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It sucks. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a space. Catch in the middle, it's Hayes. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up first and goal. Use the play fake. Now
Play action. Chosen hits the back corner of the end zone. Suggs, it looks like, on the catch.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handle. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Alabama is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe the Tide can't roll back into this one. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to
Shotgun through receivers. Drops back to throw. Under pressure, and he's sacked. Taken down by Nick Soles.
I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverines.
What a spin move there by Nick Soles.
Screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to...
Second and 17. Hands it to the running back. Gets through the line. Gain of 5 to the 11. 3rd and 12. Shotgun. 3 receivers. 1 tight end for UConn. Blitz by Michigan. Fires down the right sideline. Knocked down. Incomplete. 4th and 12. And they're going to punt from their own end zone. Takes the kick at the 45-yard line. Under center, wing, 2 receivers, 1 to either side, 2 tight ends in line. Hayes, the tailback, Chosen, hands it off. Hayes running left. Gets it to the 50, gain of 3, 2nd and 7, Michigan. Shotgun, 4 receivers, including the tight end. Suggs goes in motion right to left from the slot. Chosen, dropping back, fires over the middle, knocked down at the line, incomplete. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Chosen looking to throw. Under pressure, and he's sacked back at the 40. Big play by the Huskies defense.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there. Getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning.
Quinn Cutting, the left edge.
Finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Able to get around the tackle from Michigan to take down the quarterback.
The Wolverines decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces.
Kick goes out of the end zone. It'll come back out for a touchback. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, single back, slot receiver in motion. Left to right, fakes the handoff under pressure, and he's sacked, taken down at the 10. Billy Ogburn with another sack in this game takes down Van Ohoffen.
somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after the quarterback. Hey, let's go, big fella. Let's go for that record.
And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
We got a flag on the play.
You can give all the credit to the crowd for
False
that
start on
no
UConn.
chance and call for the false start. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end.
Hands it off, running right, gets back to the 5, nothing more. 3rd and 25, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Leaves it with the running back.
Hands it off, gets past the 5, gain of 3. It'll be 4th and 22. And again, UConn's going to punt from their own end zone.
3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Gets it out fast. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. He uncorks one deep. Touchdown, Wolverines! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UConn offense goes back to work. They've gotten nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession.
Hands it off, running left. Breaks a tackle with a nice stiff arm. Tackled down at the 28-yard line after a gain of 9, 2nd and 1 UConn. They're going to try to sneak it across. Nope, they're looking to change the play. Dropping back into shotgun, spreading the receivers out, 5 wide, empty backfield.
Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Hit goes underneath on the drag route. It's caught past the 1st down marker. 1st and 10 for UConn at the 34-yard line. That might be their first down of the game.
To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the right.
Fires right side, hits the receiver in the hands, but it's dropped incomplete. 2nd and 10 UConn. Fakes the handoff, play action, hits the back out of the back, or the tight end out of the backfield. Tackled down at the 38-yard line, 3rd and 6. Shotgun, 3 receivers. Double mug look from the Wolverines. Drops back to throw. It's a blitz from Michigan. Fires left side. Caught at the 49-yard line through the contact. Huge conversion for the Huskies. 1st and 10 now at midfield, 49-yard line. Looking to throw. DB blitz by Michigan. Gets the throw off to the left boundary. Hit as he throws. It's caught. Taken down to the opponent's 39-yard line for another 1st down. UConn stringing together a nice offensive drive here. Receiver goes in motion from the left boundary. Drops back to throw. Hits the running back on a screen. Tackled down at the 32-yard line. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 UConn. Shotgun, 4 receivers.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
Quick RPO pass to the left side. Caught, but it's going to be a loss of 1 yard, 3rd and 3. Empty backfield, 4 receivers, and the tight end, 5 wide. Quarterback in shotgun. Blitz by Michigan. Quarterback gets it off over the middle, caught for another first down. And now they're at the 20-yard line inside the red zone.
The Huskies have taken it inside the 20.
Shotgun, 4 receivers. Best drive of the game so far for the Huskies. Pocket collapsing. He gets it off to the left sideline. It's caught. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 at the 12-yard line. Now he comes out in pistol. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Hands it off, running right. Caught. No gain on the play. Third and 2 at the 12-yard line. Shotgun wing formation, 2 receivers wide left. Hands it to the running back, running up the middle. He's met behind the line, but able to push forward to get the first down at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Huskies with their first goal to go of the game. Single back wing formation. He runs it left. Gets back to the line, nothing more, 2nd and goal. Under center, single back, 3 receivers, bunch tight right, 1 left. Hands it off to the running back up the middle. Gets past the 5. Tackled down at the 4, 3rd and goal Huskies. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end in line. And they get Michigan for the offsides. That'll be an instant first down, but it's not going to matter. They get the touchdown. Wow. Brian Colombo jumped off sides.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands.
And UConn gets their first points of the game.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Let's see what he can do with the return. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break.
Chosen with fakes the handoff to Hayes. Fires left side, caught. There's Giovanni Wolf on the catch. First down. Taken down at the 48-yard line. Chosen in shotgun. Empty backfield. 5 receivers. Hits the receiver on the in route. Caught past midfield. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 Michigan. Shotgun split backs. 3 receivers. Fakes the handoff. Quick pass to Francis out of the backfield. Caught for the first down. And we've got an injury timeout for UConn. Rich Pitts.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39.
Empty backfield, 5 wide, including the tight end. Chosen with the snap. Goes underneath, caught by Suggs. Only a gain of 2. Michigan's going to call their first timeout.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick.
The number 2 ranked Michigan Wolverines coming off of their national championship. Eager to get the season started here in week 3. Quick pass underneath, caught. Gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 30-yard line. Chosen in shotgun, duo set, 3 receivers. Fakes the handoff to Hayes, steps up into the pocket, fires over the middle, threads the needle to Suggs, caught down at the 5, tackled at the 2, and it's going to be 1st and goal Michigan. He could have taken the easy check down, but instead he fired a laser down the field into the within the 5-yard line. And now he hands it to Hayes. Hayes runs up the middle, gets to the 1-yard line, but gets stuffed at the goal line. And now they're going to use their second timeout. Or excuse me, their third timeout. That's Michigan's final timeout. 2nd and goal, 19 seconds left. Chosen in shotgun. Empty backfield. Now Hayes lined up in the slot. Quick pass left on the dig route. Caught, and so touchdown Michigan. Who is that? Is that Kaxer? Is that the true freshman? It is. Cooper Kaxer, the true freshman with his first touchdown in college football.
with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up for the PAT.
Caleb Berryman out for the kick, and it's good.
The lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team
Return back to the 13-yard line. Now come out in pistol with 15 seconds left on the clock. 3 receivers set. He's going to hand it off, run up the middle, met behind the line, tackled for a 2-yard loss. And they're just going to run the timeout going to halftime. Michigan enters the halftime with a 3-touchdown lead.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
And the Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UConn going back to work on offense. They come into this third quarter with
UConn in shotgun, under center with single tailback. Hands it off, running right. Gets it to the 30-yard line, gain of 5, 2nd and 5. I formation. Well, goal line set. Hands it off, running up the middle, met at the line. Gain of 4. Evan Gainwell with the rush. Gets it to 3rd and 1. Now they're going to try to sneak it across. And it looks like, no, he didn't get it. They're going to mark it short. And UConn's going to send out the punt team.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense back onto the field.
Hands it off to Francis, running left. Gain of 1.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Shotgun, 3 receivers, trips right. Blitz by UConn. Chosen fires left side. Caught. Steps out at the 46-yard line, Giovanni Wolf. And it's a 1st down Michigan. Just shy of midfield at the 46. Hands it off to Francis. Francis runs up the middle, gets across midfield. 1st down. Tackled at the 38-yard line. I formation, 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Hands it to Hayes. Hayes running up the middle. Spins around a defender. Gets the 1st down at the 27. 1st and 10 Michigan. I form wing. 2 tight ends, 1 fullback. Hands it to Francis. Running right. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. Power I formation. Francis the tailback. Running right. Jukes around a defender. He's got the edge. Jukes another defender at the 15. Tackled at the 12. 1st and 10. Shotgun, wing formation, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Hayes the tailback. Slot receiver in motion, left to right, fakes the end around. Chosen keeps it himself. Spins around a defender, and he runs it in for a touchdown himself. David Chosen, the quarterback, with the run. Pulled it on the read. Took off by himself through the middle, spins around a defender. Looked like a running back out there. David Chosen. Watch this right here. Keeps it, gets through the line, powers, spins around a defender, and then tackled across the line.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Southern Miss is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Hattiesburg for some time. They're up by 31 over Mississippi State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should
Under pressure, pocket collapse, and he's scrambling. He's got some room on the edge. He's going to tuck it and run. Up the sideline, across the first down, across the 30. At the 50, he slides, and he gets down at the 48-yard line. Huge run by Van Olfelhoffen, or however you say his name.
Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because
fakes the handoff, play action, steps up into the pocket, but he's taken down by Mello LaRoque, the nose tackle for Michigan.
When it's a play action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
Shotgun, 4 receivers, quick pass underneath, caught at the 50, gain of 3, 3rd and 11. 49-yard line, Michigan side of the field. UConn in shotgun.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Fires deep down the right sideline, double coverage, it's caught! Wow, caught down at the 13-yard line. Huge play for UConn, and they're in scoring position. Double coverage. That pass floated in the air for what seemed like forever. Had 2 defenders underneath it, and that receiver able to go up and bring it in. Wow. Run of 3 yards, gain of down to the 10-yard line, 2nd and 7. In pistol, 3 receivers. Pulls it on the RPO, passes to the right sideline, caught, gain of 2, 3rd and 5. Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end in line. Single tailback. Takes a snap, looking to throw, fires right sideline, caught, knocked out just shy of the first down marker at the 4-yard line. They're going to go for it. They're not going to send out the kicker. 4th and 1 at the 4. Empty backfield, shotgun. Quick throw over the middle on the nice little post route, short post route, and it's a touchdown for UConn, and they get a second touchdown on the board.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
UConn 14.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Give to the running back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. He makes the catch. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
Dakota Francis, nice stiff arm in the backfield there. Gain of 2 on the run, 2nd and 8.
Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
Drops back to throw, blitz by UConn. Hits Francis out of the backfield. Tackled down after a gain of 3 on the catch. 3rd and 5. Shotgun, 3 receivers now for Chosen. Changing the play. Moving Hayes over to the right side of the line. Tight formation now, 2 by 2. Chosen drops back. Blitz by UConn. Gets it off. Hits the receiver up the field. That's the tight end, Wolf. Tackled down at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Michigan.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep it.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
14.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The UConn offense goes back to work. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. They turn to the passing game.
Quick pass on the slant route. Caught for the 1st down, tackled at the 35 UConn. Down 42 to 14 in the 4th quarter. UConn trying to get something going here late. Under pressure, pocket collapsing. Deep pass down the left sideline, and it's intercepted by Michigan. I can't tell who that is. Number 15.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Ron Reese, the free safety.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Man, what a
Now Chosen in shotgun. 3 receivers, slot left.
Much better starting point this time.
Quick RPO pass to the tight end out of the backfield. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Forward just a few. 2nd down coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Hayes. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Tight end motions out. Looking to throw. Over the middle. Caught by Hayes. 45-yard line, UConn side of the field. 1st down, Michigan.
Sends it back in motion.
Back motions out. 4 receivers set. Chosen looking to throw. Over the middle. And it's knocked out, incomplete. Francis the target.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
High formation.
Here's the
2nd and 10.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
3rd and 10, Michigan. I form wing. Hands it to Francis, running right. Stuffed in the backfield. Nice defensive stand by UConn there, but Michigan is going to attempt a 63-yard kick for Caleb Berryman. This is by far the longest of his career. His first season playing as place kicker, and he nails a 63-yarder. Wow. Maybe they'll call that 62.
Make them earn everything they get the rest this way.
All right, well, Michigan gets another 3 points, 45-14. 6 minutes left in the game.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. UConn going back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Hit as he throws, incomplete. It hits the dirt. 3rd and 10 now for UConn.
The ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20.
Quick throw on the run as he's getting hit. Connects, but he steps out of bounds. No gain on the play. 4th and 10, and UConn's going to punt.
UConn will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today.
Fielded at the 45-yard line. Francis breaks a tackle, gets it back to the 49.
He'll step out of bounds. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense.
I formation, hands it off, running right. Steve Hayes gets around the edge, up the sideline. One defender, he breaks the tackle, and he's taken down by another defender at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
After ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again.
Quick pass to the tight end out of the backfield. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
They stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't.
Tries to find Wolf on the post route, and it's knocked down by a defender, incomplete. Shotgun, 4-receiver set. Low snap, hands it to Francis. Francis runs up the middle. Gain of 2, 4th and 5. They're going to send out the kicker again. This time it'll be from the 33-yard line, left hash mark, 43-yard kick, and it's good.
Touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UConn offense goes back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Shotgun, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. And he's gobbled up in the backfield. Another sack by Ogburn and Souls, both in on that sack.
Complimentary football. This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. They'll try the right side. Turning it on.
Nice run up the sideline. Gets it to the 29-yard line. It'll be 4th and 6.
Execution like that at a premium. They punted away on 4th down. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense defense's job to stop it.
They'll go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. This is what an elite team does.
All right, and Michigan gets its first win of the 2030 season, 48-14 over the UConn Huskies. David Chosen, the player of the game, with 285 passing yards and 5 touchdowns.
What you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved
Let's take a look at the stats for the game.
That's going to do it.
All right, Michigan 23 first downs to UConn's 11, 489 yards of total offense to UConn's 192. Total plays ran 56-49. Yards per play 8.7 to 3.9. Run game, Michigan 28 carries, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an average of 7.3 yards per rush. UConn 23 carries, 33 yards, an average of 1.4 yards per rush. Passing game, Michigan 24 of 28 for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns, an average of 10.2 yards per pass. UConn 19 of 26 for 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an average of 6.1 yards per pass. Third down conversion percentage, Michigan 55%, UConn 50%. Fourth down conversion, both teams hit 1 of 1 for 100%. No 2-point conversions were attempted. UConn 100% red zone percentage, Michigan 66. Turnovers, Michigan had won that by 1 with the 1 interception thrown by UConn. Punt return yards 25 for Michigan, 0 for UConn. Kick return yards 71 for UConn, 62 for Michigan. Total yards for the game 576 for Michigan, 263 for UConn. Punts 58 punt average for Michigan, 41.5 for UConn. Both teams had 1 penalty each for 5 yards, and Michigan won the time of possession 25 minutes and 6 seconds to UConn's 22:54. Individual player stats for the Michigan Wolverines. David Chosen, 24 of 28 for 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, a passer rating of 206.5, and an 85% completion percentage. Run game, David Chosen had 3 carries, a net of 4 yards, but also 2 touchdowns. Steve Hayes, 13 carries, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown. Dakota Francis, 11 carries, 53 yards. Receiving, Rashard Suggs, 6 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Steve Hayes, 4 for 32. Giovanni Wolf, 4 for 80. Manu McCracken, 4 for 39. James Franco, 2 for 12. Dakota Francis, 2 for 12. Cooper Kaxer, 1 catch for 0 yards, but for a touchdown. Tell me how that works. And then Kevin Trout, 1 for 4. Blocking, we had 1 sack given up. That was by Mario Nunez. Nunez and Kalawaiaya both had double-digit pancakes. On the defensive side of the ball, D'Angelo Regis led the team with 7 tackles. Nick Soles and Billy Ogburn with 3 tackles for loss apiece. Ogburn with 2.5 sacks, Soles with 1.5, and Mello LaRoque with another. The 1 interception was by Ron Reese, returned for 16 yards. No fumbles forced in the game. Kicking, Caleb Berryman in his first game as a place kicker, 2 for 2 from the field with a long of 63 yards and 6 for 6 extra points. Punting, Tim Price, 1 punt for 58 yards. Kick returns, Dakota Francis, 2 for 47. Steve Hayes, 1 for 15. Punt return, Dakota Francis 2 for 10, Rashard Suggs 3 for 15. Let's back out. We'll advance to week 4 and see what changes. All right. So we got our first commitment of the season, 5-star cornerback Rico Prater out of Detroit, Michigan. We also got one from 5-star linebacker Deontay Cross from Cocoa, Florida. We stayed at number 2 in the country. Alright, so Clemson stayed at 1 with a win over Indiana. We stayed at number 2 with a win over UConn. Mizzou, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Oregon, Wisconsin, USC, Notre Dame, and SMU. The top 10 also all stayed exactly the same. Oklahoma moved up 1 from 12 to 11. Georgia dropped from 11 to 12. Important of note, Georgia did not lose there. They beat Ohio State. Oklahoma beat Nebraska. But somehow Oklahoma moved up where Georgia did not. Baylor stayed at 13. Miami moved up 1 spot to 14. Oklahoma moved up 1 spot to 15. Pitt 1 spot to 16. Penn State up 1 spot. Texas A&M up 2 spots to 18. Boise State stayed at 19. Auburn moved up 1 to 20. Nebraska, with their loss to Oklahoma, dropped from 14 to 21. Louisville moved up from 23 to 22. UCLA dropped from 22 to 23. Tulane stayed at 24. Army moved into the 25th spot. And that means that Arizona State dropped out of the rankings. All right, that's going to be this week's episode. Tune in to the next one where Michigan, number 2, hosts the 2-0 Florida Gators. Make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Check out the GoFundMe link in the YouTube bio. It's also pinned at the top of my X profile at Kinetic615. Feel free to shoot me a message. Be respectful. I'll try to hit you back. And until next time, guys, as always, it's Skull Vikes and